Gene, you're live.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us here on LifeTech Academy. This is Jean Sands, and today's topic here is the success of LifeTech Academy. Having a school that truly services students is needed now more than ever before. Please join me in welcoming our speaker of our board, the Secretary Treasurer, Kathy Milet. Hi, Kathy. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Jean. Thank you for having me and continuing our shared conversation about LifeTech Academy. Appreciate you inviting me.
Absolutely. Thank you. We're so excited to have you join us here today. So I'm just thinking, Kathy, it's been quite a few years now since you've been on the board for LifeTech, hasn't it?
Yes, it's almost like I can't remember when we started because we were part of the design and the development, as you were too, where we brought together a really excellent team of people who were interested in beginning talking about a different way of educating, different vision for education. So focused on the individual learners and how they learned, as well as empowering them for life. And so it's been an exciting journey that we've been on, for sure.
Absolutely. And why do you enjoy serving on the board for LifeTech Academy?
Well, I think at LifeTech, the board, probably few people know who the board is, and I think that's maybe how it should be. We do not micromanage, but we do support and give access and opportunities and resources to our professionals who are connected with our learners every day. And that's, to me, is how the board operates as a support mechanism, making sure that our teachers and professionals have the resources and that they need to help our learners.
Wonderful. Like, what have you learned from that and doing it that way there with our staff?
Wait a minute, you say that again?
So how did that impact you? Like, what did you learn from that working with our team this way?
Well, that they are the professionals. They are the ones who have the information. They are the ones, teachers are the ones, and our administrators are the ones who are with our learners every day. They know what their wants are. They are the ones who build the relationships with them to know how we can, how the mission and vision for LifeTech empowers our students. Our learners are at the top of our pyramid, and those are our main focus. And our educators, our all of the professionals, our administrators, our managers, are all connected to the vision and know what the vision is and do a great job of administering it. So the board really has to provide the tools for them to do their job.
Absolutely. Can you tell me a little bit more about that vision that we have?
That vision it's very simple. It's about powering learners for life. It's about giving them, finding the gifts that every one of our learners have and bringing it out to make it a reality for them. So that vision is really pretty simple. It's really about empowering that learner to how to make good decisions for themselves, how they can interact with others, build relationships, learning to trust, learning to respect, and knowing that anything is possible within themselves. And so it's really bringing out that gift that each one of our learners has, and that's what our coaches, our teachers do in the conversations that they have with our learners, is looking for those gifts, those passions that they have, and how do you bring them to life?
Yes, absolutely, I love it. And you mentioned that what's possible, and isn't that one of our core values is possibilism?
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting one, isn't it? Everybody wonders what is possibilism, but it's really about adapting and being flexible and being accessible, making a difference, and just when you think that nothing is possible, well, it is. And it's up to us as the adults, if you will, to make sure that the possible with our learners is comes to life.
Absolutely. And in going with that conversation, why do you feel that it's that personalized learning is important for our students? That possibilism, that personalized learning.
Well, the personalized learning gives meaning to our vision. It is about trust.
Yes.
It's about trust and building relationships and how to learn and build trust in others. It's about respect, treating everybody with respect, integrity, dignity, and being honest, learning to be honest. The possibilism is kind of that thing that is one of those visions that makes all the rest of them possible. And then, of course, empowering. It's about helping people learn to make positive decisions for themselves. And that's what we want from our learners, is to give them the tools and to make positive decisions for themselves.
Absolutely.
And in doing so, they will give to others.
Absolutely. And how do you think that will impact their future?
Our future?
Their future. Theirs and ours, yes.
Well, it prepares them for life. It prepares them for life, and the interaction with the people in the house, you know, in their families, their interactions with their friends, their job, how they approach their first job interview. It will give them the confidence that they have the ability and the resources within themselves to be the best they can, and that they have something to offer. They have something to offer the world. It's about making choices. It's about making positive choices.
Absolutely. And can you talk a little bit about how we do that, maybe through the Dale Carnegie that we provide for the students? And
the Dale Carnegie, I've attended many of the graduations for Dale Carnegie, and actually some of the first meetings with the learners and the very enthusiastic Elise, Dale Carnegie. It's the one thing about Dale Carnegie, everybody at LifeTech has been through a Dale Carnegie course. And so that's what we're grounded in, is that positive attitude about bringing out the best in others and seeing the best in others and being genuine in how we treat each other. But the Dale Carnegie class with our students is just really amazing. The first day you can go in and you have 2 minutes, right? And it's like, all you have to do is give your name. And it's just amazing to see some of the young people will come in and going like, oh, it's the worst thing in the world we can do, right, is to get up in front of this class and talk about ourselves, stop our names. And so for some, just saying their name is so hard. But what is interesting, as the weeks go by, they it's like pouring water on a plant, isn't it? They come to life and they begin to see themselves. They set goals, they set values, identify their values for themselves, and they begin to talk to each other. And they find that, I didn't think I was going to make any friends in this virtual school. And oh my goodness, I've made friends. And that's a wonderful experience to see that happen with a student, with the learners. And that at the end of the sessions, the quietest learner in the room, child in the room, will be, you can't stop them from talking at the end of the 14 weeks, Jean?
Yes.
Right? That they are so excited about each other. But it's great to see that support that they give each other. And they find out that even in their struggles, and a lot of them come to us with different kinds of challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And they find out that they're not alone and that their other peers have resources and can help them with their struggles. And that's really great to see. And the other piece of it is the parents at the end of the sessions when they graduate from the Dale Carnegie session, that they are, the parents present them with a certificate. And they make comments, and it's really interesting to hear the parents talk about the growth of their child and the change in the way they communicate with each other.
Yes.
That in itself is really reassuring to me that Dale Carnegie is a strong investment.
Absolutely.
And something that I hope, as part of the vision and mission of LifeTech, that we never lose, because it is so valuable as a life learning lesson for our learners. So I'm really excited about the Dale Carnegie. I remember in one of the classes, a mother saying, I've never listened to my child before. And to me, it kind of really touched my heart to know that, to reaffirm that the benefits of investing in LifeTech for emotional health was really important for our learners. And that's our connection, is that it's just not about education, it's about the emotional health of our learners that LifeTech promotes.
Yes. So I love that comment about a parent that you have experienced a lot of student success here with the stories, and is there one of them that stand out to you? One of those experiences?
Well, I'm always interested in that the student that has been struggling and finds themselves and understands that they have some worth. That to me is, and you see that I don't know of any of the students that we haven't seen growth in as they particularly take the Dale Carnegie class. But there is this one child that we have and it's a great example of our vision. It's a great example of who we are. And that is this young man, and we could all guess who he may be, but he was raised on Dale Carnegie. But he still had to take the class to graduate from LifeTech. And that's one of the things that is a requirement, that every graduate at LifeTech has to take the Dale Carnegie class in order to graduate. Is that right?
Yes.
That's right. So I just recall this young man making a presentation to a national education conference. I think I don't remember if it was in California or Las Vegas, on the vision and the values of LifeTech. Well, he impressed scholars from Harvard and across the country on his presentation skills, right? And he was proud of himself, and we were proud of him. But at some point in time during his decision-making process, he thought that maybe a regular school would benefit his learning. Well, that was okay, and that was okay because that's what we encourage our learners to think for themselves, right?
Correct.
And somewhere along the way, he found a new passion. The new school would or couldn't accommodate a flexible work schedule to help him fulfill his dream. Now, back to LifeTech. He worked during the pandemic, completed his graduation requirements, and completed his flight school in Florida.
Yep.
That's but I say, well done, Xavier, well done.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I share this because I think that speaks to LifeTech values:
Mm-hmm.
trust, respect, possibilism,
Mm-hmm.
empowerment, commitment. And he made a whole lot of decisions during his time with us. And we have known Xavier for a long, long time. And he certainly makes a lot of decisions for himself. But when it came right down to what his passion and being able to fulfill that for a life that he saw for himself, he came back to LifeTech. And we were able, because of our flexibility and the way our interest in student learning and empowering our students to be the best that they can, Xavier graduates in the class this evening.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's a good example of a success. And we've had others who have been to are into music and dance and sports and other places, and have been able, because of the flexibility of our schedule, and then that they can learn anywhere. You don't have to sit behind a desk every day to learn. You can learn at 3 o'clock in the morning if that's what your schedule's.
Absolutely.
So we're, that's kind of exciting. That's kind of exciting.
Absolutely. I love that flexibility that we can offer the students, and the examples that you gave here there, how that can help all students.
That's right. And this is, particularly with Xavier, he came and went, but he was able to do the things to be successul. That's the big thing, to be successful.
Absolutely.
And that's what I see with our staff and our, from our management, who are the architects of our vision and our mission, right?
Yes.
Are the people that manage us. Our authorizer, Eden Rapids School District, is a very supportive partner in what we do here at LifeTech. And so, we are very fortunate to have great partnerships across the county to help us be successful.
Absolutely. Can you tell me a little bit about the greatest impact you've seen on our learners here at LifeTech Academy?
Geez, Jean, you can probably tell me more than I can tell you about what the impact is. What do you see?
Well, I see a lot in what you're talking about, the flexibility and the culture here we're creating, that it's very individualized learning. Is there something about more that you want to share about the culture that we're providing here at LifeTech Academy?
That the culture is the enthusiasm for education and the genuine interest in our learners.
Yes.
And I think that's the culture. That's who we are. Is that, and it's very interesting to have read particularly the senior comments. I don't know if there was a senior graduating this year that did not mention their mentor.
Yes.
Or they did not mention a teacher that helps them through their process, through their education, and that they look forward to that meeting with them. So that's really an important element. I think a part of our culture is that every layer of our in our school helps the next one, or the one above or the one below.
Absolutely. And you hit on a key point there, the staff here, and that the attitudes, and they want to help, that they're there for them. What is something that amazes you about the LTA, the LifeTech Academy staff here?
Well, they're committed. They're committed professionals. They're perseverance for sure. Charlie would like that, right?
Yeah.
The perseverance that they have in making sure that their students have what they need to be successful.
Absolutely.
They listen, and they listen to hear, not to respond, and that's really a very important thing. They hold each other accountable, and they're very helpful. They're accessible. and you can. They have high energy in their putting forward their crafts, and they teaching is not easy at LifeTech. Teaching is not easy, and neither is the process. It's not a slam dunk. I can turn on some days, and some days I don't have to sign on to my class. It's not necessarily an easy process.
Yes.
And it's a skill. It's a gift to be able to teach on virtually. Yes. And not everybody has that gift. And I think that that perseverance that our staff has is really quite extraordinary. And I have to just say this, Jean, it starts with you too, because you answer the phone every day. you're the one that has that smile in your voice. And that when someone calls and hears that, this is LifeTech, this is Jean from LifeTech, that you have a smile in your voice, you have a welcoming voice, and it's not a threatening voice. And that's really important. And you have been a very key professional in this whole process from the very beginning. And I appreciate you and all the staff and those engaged, and our board that make sure that you're all supported. And I think that's really great.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And always when I pick up that phone, I always imagine how would I want somebody to treat my daughter or son or grandkids on that phone. We're all here together, and we should treat each other like that.
Exactly. I often reflect on a lesson I learned years ago. I started my career in a school district, and there were a group of young students that it's kind of like their parents worked, and so they had nowhere to go after school. So I thought, okay, well, I was in the office. You could just go ahead and I will let you shoot hoops or something in the gymnasium, so I was the adult in the room, right? I gave them their space to do what they needed to do. They needed to have somebody oversee them after school hours. So it was years later, I was going through an airport and I saw one of the young men, and he said, this is what I say, you never know who's watching you. Yes. As an adult, you never know who's watching you. And I remember he said, I worked in the principal's office, and he says, us guys, and I knew exactly who he meant. He says, we never wanted to be sent to the principal's office. And I said, why? He says, because we never wanted to disappoint you.
Oh.
And I thought, I'm going like, oh my goodness. It really said, you just don't know who is watching you. And as adults, we need to know that our actions reflect on the people who are around us. And that's why we have to be positive. We have to, in this world today, we have to show that life is worth participating in.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
I love that. And is that one of the reasons why you continue to support LifeTech Academy?
Oh, that's of course. Well, it's I had to share with you. Sometimes when you have opinions, someone checks you with your opinions, and it was actually my Dale Carnegie instructor, Mr. Enthusiasm, Phil Zettler, who he and I used to years ago. This is when before LifeTech started. The design, we used to talk about the challenges with the dropouts, and school districts across the country were being challenged by the dropouts, the expulsions that were happening, what was happening to these young people. And one day out of the blue, a grant comes available. This is why I'm a great networker. You know, I really have no expertise in anything, but I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who can help you. You know, and so Phil asked me to be on the board and to be on the design and the development of the vision for LifeTech. And so I kind of was backed into a corner, if you will. You have to put your money where your mouth is sometimes. And so the investment has given me growth as well as to see other people grow. And that's why I think that the leader is. If you don't help other people grow, you're not much of a leader.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about, right?
There's no question, Jean. No question.
Is there anything else you'd like to share?
No, I'm good. I just encourage people to take a look at LifeTech. That all learners can learn. That's and that's what we've count on here is that knowing that opportunities are open, access is available anywhere this child is, that not everybody is successful, not every learner is successful in a brick and mortar school, but not every student it ought to be in a virtual school either.
Right.
And so that's why options are available, and I think that LifeTech provides an option that empowers young people for life.
Wonderful.
And that is what our mission is providing that opportunity so that they can make decisions for themselves.
Absolutely.
And that's where that's my hope for the future, is that our learners live an intentional life. And that they are open and respectful and treat other people with integrity and dignity, and that they use their gifts positively, and that they have access to opportunities, and that they will make meaningful decisions for themselves. That's my hope for our young people.
I love that. Thank you so much, Kathy, for joining us here today.
Well, thank you, Jean. Yeah. And good luck today with graduation.
Oh, yes, we're so looking forward to it. And
okay.
So we'll be having that here shortly, here in about 2 more hours, starting graduation.
Yes, it's exciting. It's exciting.
Yes,
it's exciting.
Absolutely. And so I want to thank all of you all for joining us here today and learning about the success of LifeTech Academy and enjoying our discussion here with Kathy. Again, thank you, Kathy, so much for joining us. We really appreciate you and your time and all you've done for LifeTech Academy. And,
well, thank you again, Jean, for having me. And I'll just know that I appreciate you and all you give too.
Well, thank you.
You have great gifts.
Thank you. And anybody that has any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Our number is 517-325-5469. And we look forward to hearing from you. So thank you again, Kathy, and thank you all for joining us here today.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.